Hey gang, Sean Nalawani here, and welcome to this exclusive video collection where I'm going to guide you through 23 sets of my own personal workouts in the gym. Hopefully this will give you some more insight into the true nature of how your workouts should be performed so that you can maximize the effectiveness of your training every time you set foot in the gym. I decided to create this video for three main reasons. The first and most important reason is for straight educational purposes. You know, it's easy for me to simply write down on paper and say, for example, you need to train with full effort and intensity. You need to focus. You need to push yourself to the limit. You need to use a full range of motion. You need to loosen up your form a bit. But that can all mean different things to different people. Intense training to one person might not seem like intense training to someone else, and full range of motion to one person might not seem like full range of motion to another. And so by actually recording my own workouts and letting you watch them, I can demonstrate exactly what I mean when I say all of these things. One of the most important concepts that I need to demonstrate is the idea of training to muscular failure. Now, to some of you, this may be a lot more intense than what you had in mind, and to some of you, it might even be less intense than what you had in mind. But either way, the intensity level that you see me putting forward in these clips is roughly the same intensity level that you should be putting forth as well. So that was the main reason why I decided to put this video together, was to demonstrate firsthand what a muscle growth producing set in the gym looks like. The second reason why I made this video was quite simply to show you guys out there that the author behind the screen does in fact practice what he preaches. There's a lot of guys out there selling bodybuilding programs, running websites, and promoting supplements who won't even show their picture. So who knows who they really are or what their agenda is? Well, recording this video gives me a chance to show you that I am legit and that I do practice what I preach. When I tell you to focus hard in the gym and train to your limits, hey, I'm doing it too. I'm a firm believer in leading by example, and this really gives me an opportunity to do just that. And the third and final major reason why I made this video was for motivational purposes. If you're feeling down or off track or you need something to help give you an extra boost, I'm hoping that watching me train hard and intensely will motivate you to do the same. You can watch it before you hit the gym or any other time that you need some motivation. So those are the three main reasons why I made this video. It's going to be very straightforward, nothing too fancy or exciting. There's a pretty wide range of exercises and you're going to see clips for all of the different muscle groups. Something important that I do want to mention is that there are a few basic exercises that aren't included in the video, in particular squats and deadlifts. And the reason those exercises aren't included is because at the time of these recordings, I was nursing and still am nursing a lower back injury. And as a result, I've had to modify my workouts a bit for the time being. Yes, injuries do happen. They happen to everyone, from those that are completely inexperienced to those that are very experienced. Training hard and intensely with weights in an effort to maximize your muscle growth does present possible risks, and that's just the way it goes. I don't think there's anybody out there who has been training hard with weights for more than a few years who hasn't experienced an injury of some variety at some point. And here's what, it was completely my own fault. I was in the gym training legs. I tried squatting down with a weight that was too heavy for me. I squatted down, and as I began pushing back up, the weight wouldn't budge. But instead of dropping the weight off my back like I should have, I temporarily went a little bit crazy and just kept pushing, thinking I could be a hero and grind out that last rep. And sure enough, I ended up with a really sharp, shooting pain in my lower back, and it's been giving me problems for the last couple months, and now I'm paying the price. Yes, even the guy who wrote the program makes mistakes, and I made a mistake and now I have to deal with it. But in any case, I had the decision of either waiting probably 3 or 4 months until I was back squatting and deadlifting to failure again and then recording the video, or recording what I'm able to do for the time being and then updating the video down the road. So I opted for the second option. You're still going to see almost all of the exercises that I normally perform, but there's a few missing that I'm not able to do at the moment, and those are squats, deadlifts, stiff-legged deadlifts, and a few others. But pretty much everything else is in there. So you're seeing me here in kind of a middle phase. I'm definitely not in my best shape or best strength level, but I will be re-recording this footage and updating this video in a few months. And of course, all of you who are watching this right now will be able to download that at no cost. So consider this video version 1 with version 2 and hopefully version 3 coming your way down the road. Now this is not a professionally shot training video. I recorded all of this on my own with the help of a friend, but nonetheless I think you will enjoy it and I think it will be very useful to you in terms of your own training as well. So let's get started here. Again, there's 23 sets in total. I've included a lot of the most basic, effective exercises as well as some other exercises that I typically don't recommend. But as we go through, I'll explain which of these exercises should be included in your routine and which ones are less effective and why. I'll also outline some additional comments, tips, and tricks for each of the major exercises. So let's dive right in. Ready? Okay, so I pick the dumbbells up here using as much of my legs as possible. You don't want to be picking the dumbbells up using your back. You want to keep the stress off of your back, so try to use your legs as much as possible. Notice how once I'm in position, I'm taking my time. I'm clearing my head, getting ready for the set to come. We're not just jumping right into the set without thinking here. Every set is incredibly important. You're only going to get one opportunity to do this the right way. Using momentum from my body to get the dumbbells into position, and the set begins. And now all of my focus is on moving that weight as many times as I possibly can. Just looking up at the ceiling and imagining that I'm shooting those dumbbells up into the sky, bringing the weights all the way down to the chest and pressing up just short of locking out the elbows. And that's going to keep the stress on the chest throughout the entire movement, and it's going to keep the stress off of the shoulder joint. Now here comes the growth rep right here. Notice the struggle, pressing with every single ounce of strength I can muster, pushing with every fiber to get those weights to move. Just barely squeezing out that last rep. And that's failure right there. Again, notice the time that I take before the set to clear my mind. You can't just grab the dumbbells and jump right into it. You should know exactly how many reps you're aiming for and get yourself completely psyched and prepared for what's about to come. Also notice the position where I begin the movement from. I rock back and start with the dumbbells in the bottom position, not